Welcome to Coach Magic, the show for the woman who is all in on creating a life, business, and family that's beyond her wildest dreams. I'm Jenny Fennig, and I am so excited to help you get confident, focused, and paid. Let's rewrite the rules and get moving in the direction of your deepest desires. Ready, set, go. Hey there, Jenny here. Welcome to the show. We took last week off, and it felt really good. We have been publishing a podcast episode on Tuesdays at that point for the past month, but we didn't publish one last week because life happened. And when I relaunched this show, I said we'd publish episodes weekly-ish. And I love that ish. I needed the ish because the ish was to give us space for life to happen. I'm encouraging you to make space for life to happen in your world as well. For me, life happened because I went to Texas with my mom and my cousin. It was so awesome. I had not seen my cousin in over 10 years, and we had an incredible time. And my team and I could have pulled off publishing an episode. But I said, you know what? No, it would have been too much because I needed to prep things for the trip. And I have pretty much graduated from it needing to be too much. I've done that so much in my life. And I recognize that that doesn't serve me at this stage. Space does. And it was amazing because the trip was so good. I felt like I was relaxed. So it's a lot for me to leave my house with the kids, and my husband is amazing, but it's still a lot. It's a lot of just logistics and changing this and changing that. And so creating that space just felt so delicious. And in that space, I signed an amazing new client. And it was just that reminder to trust those instincts. It's okay to create space in your life. It's okay to take a pause and then get back in. And that's what we're doing today. We're getting back in. Before we do, let's say this mantra together. The more fun I have, the bigger impact and money I make. Let's say it again. The more fun I have, the bigger impact and money I make. That's it. And so I really want you to think about how that shows up in your world, how that can show up in your world. Can you believe in that? Can you feel that? Can you own that? We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about sales today. The theme of this episode is from sales shame to reclaiming your power. So here's the deal. If you want to make more money, if you want to receive more money, more abundance, more opportunities, then you need to delight in sales. The process of sales, the craft of sales. There's an amazing quote from Zig Ziglar. Selling is something we do for our clients, not to our clients. We do this for our clients. It's a gift. Now, sales may feel tricky to you. It may feel to you. I mean, there's some people who feel like sales is very slimy. It's that image, that vibe of the, quote, used car salesman. Okay. And so what I have learned on this path, being an entrepreneur for more than 15 years and being in my corporate career prior to that, and definitely needing to sell what I was selling, is that we're always selling something. We're always selling something. You are selling an idea, you're selling an opportunity, you're selling an invitation, you're selling a program, you're selling a service, you're selling whatever. All right? You gotta sell it. I personally delight in selling. And I wanted to make this episode today because there have been times where I have been, quote, shamed for selling. Ooh, I didn't like the way that you did that. Oh, you were too XYZ. And how you sold that. And what I have learned is that No one who is successful from this a financial way in the entrepreneurship space and in going for it and doing it and like being in the arena is going to shame you for being a salesperson, for being in integrity around your sales. Now, there is a difference between just selling crap and selling something that's solid, really delighting in that sales process. In order to sell your brilliance and to sell this program or to sell this invitation, you do need to be engaged in the process. You do need to be engaged in the craft. And we're going to talk about that today because many women, coaches, consultants, healers, wellness professionals, experts, whatever it is that you identify as, many do struggle here. Many are in the dark on how to package, position, and price what it is that you have to sell. A lot are undercharging. A lot. Okay? And I get it. I understand why that might be. Many are trying to sell to the wrong audience. I want to remind you today that you have gold inside of you. You must be intelligent about packaging it up so that you do make it easy for your ideal clients to invest in themselves through your offer. There are so many ways you can serve your audience and sell your work, sell your creations. The possibilities truly are endless. What I want you to recognize or tap into right now is there an idea that's been bubbling up inside of you? You just had this idea. It's been tugging on your heartstrings. Perhaps you just haven't given it space to breathe, to take root. Tune into that now. Is that true for you? Like, what is it for you? Because my hope and intention with this podcast, me sitting down and recording this for you, you receiving it, my team doing its thing on the back end and pulling it all together for you. It's a lot of steps to put this out there, okay? My intention is that this is an activator for you, that Coach Magic is an activator for you, that you listen and you get that fuel, you get that inspiration, you get that motivation, you get that energy to make a move. I don't want you to just listen and not do anything. I mean, you can if you want to, but my hope, my intention, my desire is that you listen to this and you make some kind of a move. That's how change happens. We all have something in our lives that we want to change, a shift, an evolution. And so let Coach Magic be an activator for you. So there are oodles and oodles of ways for you to make money in your service, okay, with your service. Again, the majority of my audience, coaches, consultants, wellness professionals, an expert of some sort, you're in the service-based world. Like you have this incredible brilliance inside of you. You do your thing with a client, okay? And I want you to get creative about how you might be able to do this. Maybe you've been doing it one particular way, it's working, but could a different way work better? Or could you layer something else in? For a lot of my community, my clients, they tend to have a lot of success in one particular format, and then they get a bit burned out and they're ready for an evolution. All right. A lot of my clients will do one-on-one work. I mean, that's how I started. It was a ton of one-on-one work. Okay. One-on-one coaching clients. And honestly, what was happening was that the same issues were coming up over and over and over again with different clients. And I'm thinking in my head, did we already talk about this? No, I talked about it with a different client, but it was the same theme. It was the same issue. It was just being relayed by different people. Okay. And so over time, I recognized this could be a course. This could be a program. This could be a mastermind. This could be a retreat. This could be packaged up in a different way. I could serve more people. Okay. And that's what I did. And so perhaps you're there now where you're tapping out on one-on-one work. It's been great. You've learned so much, but you're ready to layer something else in. You're ready to shake things up. And to do so, we're going to delight in the sales process. We're going to delight in that. And that's you reclaiming your power. Really, really reclaiming your power. So I'm just going to give you some ideas about some of the ways that you can make money with that brilliance inside of your brain. Okay, your brain is very valuable, very valuable. All right. So obviously these private clients, you can have a digital course, you can do speaking, paid speaking. Some people speak for free or for a very low cost, and then they upsell, from the stage. Or people then are like knocking down their door saying, I want to hire you. What's the process, right? Group programs, VIP days, retreats. Some people do well with the membership model. Caveat there, you do need to have a sizable audience to be able to make that work. There's often churn with membership models. So I want you to know that before you go full steam ahead on that. Workshops, trainings, you can write a book. You can engage in affiliate marketing. Okay, where you are promoting something that somebody else made, like a software or service, and then people who sign up with your link and pay, you get a cut. That's very popular. You can have a mastermind. I love masterminds. I've been leading masterminds for over a decade now. There's so much here. Those are just some of the ideas, and you may be engaged in many of those options right now. Or maybe you're rocking it one and you're ready to layer in another. Okay. What I want you to really look at here is how you're positioning yourself in the market. Because this is intentional and you get to be in charge of the positioning. Position on purpose. Position on purpose. And there's some ideas here for you to consider in terms of positioning, like different kinds of companies that are out there. All right, a la a Nordstrom versus JCPenney. Two very different shopping experiences. They are catering to different clientele. Okay? Let's think of another example here. Let's think of a Rolls-Royce versus Honda. Different audience. Different ways of positioning. It's not to say somebody who owns a Rolls Royce wouldn't also own a Honda. It's just that the way that the two different brands market, position, price, very, 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 very different. Okay? And so when you are doing your work in the world, think about what it is that you help people with. Get crystal clear on what is that. What is your theme? It's not just everything. Laser in. This is the thing. And you can identify that because it's typically that topic that comes up over and over and over again with your clients. It's that issue. It's that pattern. It's the big challenge that you're helping your people overcome. And then you are looking at your own credibility. Well, why is it that you're so good at that? Like, what is your training? What is your expertise? What is your credibility to do what it is that you do so well? And then you look at this bold outreach that you are engaging in. What you do on social media, if you're doing in-person talks, if you are connecting at networking events, whatever it is that you do. For me, a podcast would be an example. That's some bold outreach. I'm putting this out there, okay? In the middle of that thing that you talk about, the bold outreach that you are engaging in, and then that credibility of what makes you an expert in this, that is that sweet spot in the middle. That's that sweet spot. And that is what helps you really own who you are and delight in the sales process. When it comes to selling, you need to know this, that you are allowed to sell. And not only are you allowed to sell, you must sell. It is literally your job. Don't let anybody shame you for selling. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And I like to see us living in a world as women where we have each other's backs, that we are celebrating each other. We are celebrating each other. It's like, look at her go. Yes, yes. If someone else is successful, when someone else is successful, it doesn't mean that you can't be successful. It should be joyful. It should be like, wow, look what she's doing. That's possible for me too. And you'll do it your way. Okay? We want to be supportive of each other as women. And I say this because unfortunately, it can be women who bring each other down. And it's often because of jealousy. Okay? And so I'm taking a stand for it being different. Let's cheer for each other. Let's be supportive of each other. When we sell, we show others, we show our clients, we show our potential clients how we can support them. Selling is of the highest service. It's of the highest service. If you know you can help someone and you'd love to be able to help someone, and you have this person who is needing support, they're in pain, they're in frustration, and you don't make an invitation, then how is that helping anyone? So I want you to think about that. Like, selling is of the highest service. Yes, I can help you. And then we package it up in a way where someone can say, yes, it's a tangible next step. And that's where we have to really wrap our head around, how do you package things up? I personally am not a fan of one-off sessions, one-off coaching sessions. There are exceptions to this, absolutely. Sometimes you run a promotion when I'm doing X number of these one-off sessions, or if your one-off sessions are priced in a way that it's sustainable for you and it's joyful for you, okay. But typically I see coaches not doing it like that, and that's where you run into trouble. Okay. And so I like packages that are delivered over a period of time because you tend to get better results that way for all parties. Okay. And everyone wins. Everyone wins. So I really, really enjoy the package concept. I really, really, really do. All right. So think about how you can package up what it is that you do. It's not just, it's like 4 sessions. There's more than that. That's where we use our creativity. We use your experience to look at the whole process of helping to take a client from point A to point B or to point F or wherever you're taking them. Okay. So I really want you to think about this. And you can have these incredibly beautiful, elegant, premium packages that your ideal client's like, yes, where can I sign up? Let's go. Let's absolutely go. Okay. And so what we can put in packages are, again, these are, if you're a coach, a consultant, whatever it is your thing is, you're putting in perhaps calls with you, access outside of the calls. This can be very, very successful. Okay. If you have other courses or programs, they could have access to that. Resources that you're sharing. I mean, I've given all different kinds of things in packages. It's really about the client, who your audience is. But be creative. Really, really, really be creative. All right? And delight in the selling process. We don't need to have shame when we sell. In fact, if we're not selling, then we're going to be in a tricky spot because we don't have the right amount of revenue coming into our lives, coming into our businesses. So then you're going to be engaged in another shame cycle, right? Of like, oh my gosh, the money's not there. And so, choose your path. Are you going to choose the path of helping the people that you're here to help and creating these extraordinary packages, programs, you name it, you get to decide. It's your business. It's your business. You get to decide. And what I really want you to think about here is, how do you want to do it? How do you want to do it? I was just talking to a group of clients recently about this, and really decide, like, how do you want to do it? What do you want to include? And then when are you going to be available for your clients? Make sure this works for you. This is a part of evolving as a business owner, is recognizing where you are not being honest about what is working for you. Okay, it can't just work for the client and not work for you. It has to work for you also. Okay, and the right clients will show up for that. The right clients will show up for that. For instance, I have clients who they don't want to work nights or weekends. It just doesn't work for them anymore. And they've been in a situation where that has been how they've structured things, but they've outgrown it. And so there are ways where you can just communicate, here's my hours. There are some times where you might have team members who can take those slots. If you have the kind of business where that's where you need to be serving clients, it doesn't necessarily need to be you. So I want you to get really tuned into how are you setting things up for this season. What I love about certain packages too, like if you have calls with clients, that's beautiful and those can be set at certain times, but perhaps there's asynchronous access to you or to the group that people can be taking advantage of that in a positive way, and you can tune in and respond, or other people can tune in to respond anytime it works. Take yourself off the hook for creating things that simply don't work for you, because that's where we move into shame, honestly, and we dilute our power when we are doing things that simply do not work for us. They don't work for us. And so I want you to be proud when you sell things. I want you to know that you are helping people. You are helping people. You are helping people. And that's what you're here to do. And final tip here. This is a great quote from Albert Einstein, simply about how you're designing things. I love this quote. It's this: when the solution is simple, God is answering. Let that penetrate. Let that penetrate. Yes, yes, yes. It's been amazing spending this time with you. Release any shame that you have around selling, around making money, around enjoying money, around who you need to be to create the kind of life and the kind of business that you are here to have. Reclaim that power. Your best clients are ones who celebrate you being in your power because you are activating them being in their power. We all win. We all grow. We all evolve. We're here to shine our light bright, bright, bright. And I'm so excited to see you out there selling, doing your thing, delighting in that, knowing that rejection no's are part of the process. They make space for the most incredible yeses. So enjoy that. This is Jenny Fenig here for Coach Magic. Love spending this time with you, and I will see you next time.